Welcome to the French Girl's Guide to Food. I'm making miniature onion tartlets, a classic French recipe transformed into a miniature version and perfect for your next event. Alright you guys, let's get that saute pan over high heat. We'll add a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. We'll add 1 diced onion. I have a yellow onion here. If you don't know how to dice, check out my tutorial. We'll allow this to brown slightly and become translucent, and then we'll add a half a cup of white wine, any grape that you like, a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and then a tablespoon of fresh basil, coarsely chopped. You can add thyme, rosemary, sage, something different if you like. So we'll just allow all the liquid to burn off. We'll add a pinch of salt and pepper blend and allow everything to simmer down until our onions are ready. Here's the key to preparing appetizers for your next event. Keep it simple and use the right shortcuts where needed. I'm using already prepared puff pastry. I'm also using a cupcake tin to prepare each tartlet.
Okay, our onions are ready. We'll turn the stove off and let them cool, and we'll prepare our cupcake tin. I have a little tiny piece of butter in each cupcake compartment. I'm going to smear the sides with the butter as best as possible, a little bit around the top as well. And we'll prepare this for our puff pastry. And here's our puff pastry. I'm going to flour underneath it just to make sure it doesn't stick to my surface. I'm doing this on a cutting board just to make it simple. And using a rolling pin, I'm just going to roll this out to flatten it slightly. I really want a thin piece for this so that it doesn't puff up too much, because I'm putting my onion and filling inside each cup. So I'm just going to roll it out until it's nice and flat. And again, this is store-bought, nothing fancy. And I'm just going to cut 3 strips, and you can see the line that it folded on. You can use that as a guide. Let's take 2 of these out of the way, and we have 1 left over, and we'll just continue to flatten this a little bit more. And then with my knife, I'm going to cut 4 pieces, and each one of these pieces is going to go in each cupcake compartment. So now I have my cupcake tin, and we'll get started. And this doesn't need to be perfect, you guys. Just make sure that any air pockets underneath are gone, and just place it inside each cupcake compartment. Okay, our pastry is ready, so let's take this out of the way and prepare our filling. We have a bowl here. Our onions are probably nice and cool. Let's take these off the stove, add them to our bowl, and then we'll add 2 eggs, as well as a tablespoon of sour cream. It's a low-fat sour cream. You can go dairy-free if you'd like. You can use milk, heavy cream, whatever you'd like. Same quantity. I just like to use a light sour cream. And now my favorite part, the cheese. 1/4 cup, half a cup. I'm using part skim mozzarella here. If you can find Gruyere, I would recommend it. Swiss cheese is great. Either grated or shredded is fine. The quantity can stay the same. I really wouldn't use any other variety. These are the best cheeses for this dish. Incorporate all of our ingredients, and we're ready to put it in our pastry cups. Let's bring our tin back over here and get started filling this up. Use a measuring scoop, a spoon, whatever is easiest for you to fill these cups up, and don't fill it to the top. Your eggs will puff up, so fill in maybe just a tablespoon max, maybe even half a tablespoon, depending on the size of your tin, just so that it is nice and full. Let's sprinkle a little cheese topper for good measure and put this in our 375 preheated oven. And we will bake these for 15 minutes or until our tops are golden brown and our egg has puffed up. These little tartlets are best served warm, but they stand really well at room temperature, so they're perfect for a buffet if you're having a crowd. Otherwise, they are really good for breakfast too if you feel indulgent. They should pop right out of the cupcake tin with no fuss, with a nice golden brown base. Check out more fun French appetizers in my free ebook, L'Apéro French Appetizers. Find the link in the description below. And thanks so much for watching the French Girl's Guide to Food. I have new recipes coming out every Tuesday and some how-to guides and tips every Saturday. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, to your health, à votre santé.